Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 season of Sports for Supper. We got a new athletic year, new school year at Medina Valley High School. Lot of cool things going on at Medina Valley right now. A lot of changes going on. Turf field this year, a lot of cool stuff, and we are going to kick off the season with Coach Bull, the athletic director. And it's good to have you here again, as always.
I appreciate the invite.
And I'm Jared Lucky, along here with Maury Stein, and we're going to be doing another year of it. You'll have to put up with us again.
How fitting is it that we get our first good rain before the season, and we don't have natural grass finally. We have turf. But it still looks beautiful.
We don't have to worry about the mud tomorrow.
Absolutely. It looks wonderful.
Rain. I didn't get a drop at my house yesterday.
Got to pay the preacher.
Well, Coach Bull, thanks for joining us, and I want to just kind of give you a little bit of an open platform to kind of tell us what's been going on with the athletic department since last year, because there's a lot of changes, and I'll let you start by leading into
what did you call that last year? The State of the Union?
The State of the Union, the State of the Athletic Department.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot has changed. Just as we're dealing with the growth and the improvements that we're taking over with from a facility standpoint, that's always been the underlying theme is what's best for our kids, making sure that is the answer to most of our questions. Is this what's best for our kids? Is this what's best for the programs? And whether it's improving the lighting at the facilities, redoing gym floors, putting in a turf field. We just got done with the rebranding of 2 middle schools. So to say a lot has changed, I mean, that's quite an understatement in the last 18 months or 16 months that I've been here. But I'm excited about it. We've got some new head coaches in different sports that are bringing different kind of energy. So our kids are excited. Our coaches are excited. It's going to be a great year. We've got a new district.
Yep.
A little bit of a windshield district. But
it's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yep.
That works out. I mean, because it works out well for our coaches as well, because now they're not driving the yellow bus an hour and a half through San Antonio traffic. They get to ride a charter bus with a professional driver, getting them to and from where they need to be, and our kids and coaches can just worry about taking care of their job.
Well, that was the statement I was going to make. You hear from the public, or the fans, well, we got to drive to Laredo, we got to drive to Eagle Pass. Well, we had to do that last year. The other option is you drive down 35 with all the construction, or 281.
Yeah.
It takes you longer, even though the travel route isn't as far mileage-wise. It takes you longer, and I'd rather be driving than
sitting in
there
that
in traffic, because that is a nightmare. I'd rather be moving, and it's not that bad of a drive.
No,
I mean, it
and it's
really
straight down
isn't.
the interstate.
Right.
So
it works both ways, and I think for the athletic department, I think we find ourselves in a better atmosphere from where we were going now than what we could have been put into.
Yes, I agree with that.
So
yeah, for sure. And so in the past, you've had different districts for some sports, than football. Is it all going to be one this year?
Yes.
Now, so everything's going to be the 4 Laredo schools in Del Rio. It's not going to be
Eagle Pass.
split.
Correct.
Okay.
And that'll be the same teams for every sport. And then you go big and small after you get to the top 4.
Okay.
So like in 5A, they predetermine who's going to be Division I and Division II. That's taken care of after the fact when you get to the 6A level.
It depends on where you finish, like where
Exactly.
everyone finishes.
So you could be the number 3 team in the district, but you could be the largest small school.
Okay.
Out of those 4.
Right.
And now you're number 1 seed in the big side.
So as far as enrollment goes, where does Medina Valley fall in the district?
We're setting, I think, at 5th.
5th. Okay. Out of there's 7 teams. There's 7 teams, right?
So we're 5th or 6th. So we're going to end up on the small side of the bracket, most likely, regardless.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of whether we're the number 1 or 2 seed going into those.
turfing the field. Tell us a little bit about the process that took, and everything is ready now, correct? Like they
Yes.
scrimmaged on it last week.
Scrimmaged on
Everything's
it.
good to
We
go.
got all that rain on it, and it helped get some of that infill to get into the fibers and settle, which was a huge advantage for us because we're looking at possibly having to water the field, and everybody kind of scoffs, you got to water a turf field. Well, initially you have to because you've got to get all the infill to settle and put itself into the fibers below.
All right.
So that helped us a lot last night.
And see what I found out, and I didn't know this until we were up there last Thursday, and I talked to Derek Griggs, who had some of the construction part, is there's different colored pellets. That these pellets that are in this turf are clear instead of dark colored because of the heat.
Okay.
And that's something that I did not.
It cools the turf, like it keeps it cooler.
It's cooler than a standard black rubber pellet.
Never
turf.
knew that. Never knew that. And also, I asked Coach Bull when we were up there. We were looking at the configuration of the field, and there was some black spots on the visitor side and home side by the end zone. And I asked him, "What are those black spots for?" They are set up for baseball and softball. Or am I correct?
That's correct.
In case they get rained out down there.
Oh, they
you
can make a field out of it?
Set up
Well,
a field.
we can practice on it.
Practice
The,
on
the
it.
goal is to be able to practice on it. So we have tick marks that are built into the turf
Okay.
that are the dimensions of a baseball and softball infield.
Just in
So
case.
if we have
Yeah.
to, if we can have to move to the turf, we can.
So you weren't in the mud. And
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out what are these spots for on this field, and of course that was the answer. Once you saw it, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
now it makes sense what's going on.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to the stadium yet, but I've seen some pictures of it. And it looks
Beautiful.
great. Like it looks beautiful. So,
Awesome.
That's the color of the turf.
so like the MV and the Panther is the color of the turf. Like that was all done
Yeah,
beforehand.
that was all laser cut. Those were laser cut, and they
Okay.
brought in. So the field gets laid out in panels. So the green panels that you see, then they come in. We drop the logo on top of it,
Okay,
and then they cut that in and sew it in and glue it down.
that's really cool.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
But the
So
process you were asking about,
yeah,
yeah, that was lengthy. Because of soil, we have good soil for growing corn,
right.
but not so much for building athletic fields. Just because there's a variance, that you can only allow an inch of shift
Yeah,
in soil.
and this
because
dirt
it
is
has
not.
to- and it has
yeah.
to do with the drainage.
Yeah.
So we had to go down. The engineers came out and did the ground study and came back, and we had to excavate 7 feet of soil, move that out, and then bring in select fill that
To
would be
top
able
it.
to pass the engineer's criteria to be able to make sure that it was stable enough.
Wow. I know last year you were saying that they were taking soil samples and doing stuff like that, and that's what
Yes,
they
sir.
came back with.
Correct.
7 feet. That's
It looked like a great
good-
big swimming pool.
Oh,
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hefty project to take
Yes,
on.
it
And,
is.
there were times my parents would drive by the school, and my dad's like, I don't know if they're going to be done. I was like, well, I haven't heard anything, and sure enough, I mean, they got everything done on time. So
There were times I drove by the field and thought, I don't know if we're going to be done. No, everybody did a great job, from Griggs to Symmetry to, I mean, it's a great product, and we're all excited about it.
are there any plans coming up that you can talk about, like future plans for anything?
Okay.
Whether
so-
it's new stadium for the other school or, what they're going to do here, anything
Okay,
new?
because right now with the bond passages that we just had, so Proposition B, I guess, for the second high school, it was being built for a 900-seat capacity because the state requires you can't put it on the same bond as a school or anything that's education. It has to be separate. So because that passed, now we'll build that out to a 6,500-seat stadium.
Okay.
And we'll do the same thing with Medina Valley High School. We're going to upgrade those seatings, new press box. So they'll be mirrored images of each other for the most part. We'll have the same seating capacity, we'll have the same type of press box, and we'll have the same type of video board.
Okay.
At the high school right now, we're also passed on there is we're going to be building a field house on the east end of the stadium.
Okay.
And that will be able to move football out of the Panther Dome and be able to free up some space because we've gotten so big. We've got some overcrowding going into that facility to where we've had to push some of our sports out of the Panther Dome and into locker rooms that are in the building.
Oh,
instead
okay.
of keeping athletics. So they're occupying some of the PE locker space.
Oh, wow.
So that way we can bring them back in, put them underneath the Panther Dome roof, which is where they should have been to begin with. But right now we just can't accommodate the numbers.
No, I've heard a little bit of a rumor. Are they going to move the home side back to the opposite side of the field, or no?
No, I don't think that'll happen. I mean, I've heard that. I think it's just a rumor, and that has to do with the location of the tennis courts. When
Right.
they expanded the tennis courts,
You'd have to go up.
right, and all the electrical and the water and everything with the water tower that surrounds that.
Yeah,
Just logistically, from an infrastructure standpoint,
makes it too difficult. No, that's fine. I'm just asking. The only reason I liked it over there is because then the north wind doesn't blow in your face.
Yeah, but I like it like it is now because you're not sitting out into the sun
Yeah,
when you're on that side.
exactly.
Plus, if you would do that, then the Panther would be the other way, and you'd have to redo the turf.
Yeah.
yeah, we're not
No,
doing
I
that.
just heard
No,
that
I'm just
rumor, so
saying
I
that
just
too.
wanted to ask, get the
Yeah, that question has been posed, but I don't see that happening in the near future.
okay.
Do you see, Coach, because of the improvements that the stadium's made, do you see teams now, because of its easy access coming down Highway 90 and stuff, that maybe you'll get some playoff games?
Oh,
Teams
absolutely.
that-
Yeah.
Oh, without a question. Both, not just for football, but soccer as
How
well.
profitable is that? And is it really, I mean, is it just for them to come and play at Medina Valley to see what it's all about? Or does the district even make any money off of something like that?
We won't lose money on that.
Okay.
And that comes down to when you look at what the gate is, and then that gets split up. That comes to us first, and there's an initial rental fee, and that will get paid. That's going to cover our workers, our security, our announcers, whoever it is. It's turnkey, so that's what each school agrees to pay. So we take the gate first, and anything that doesn't meet our rental fee, then
Gets divided.
gets divided up and billed to the schools. Now, if they have a huge following and we make our fees and we get everybody paid, then that cost gets split and divvied back out to the two schools for revenue for them.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know how that worked, so
Yeah, but generally you're never going to lose game on hosting a playoff, a rental, a neutral site game.
right. Okay. What about, we've been talking about football because that's what's going on right now, but what about like baseball, softball, any of those facilities going to get any kind of upgrades or anything like that we know of?
Not at this time. Right now,
Okay.
our baseball and our softball fields are probably the two best fields that we've had.
Right.
Just from the amount of traffic that they get. We keep that limited because we have two practice fields that they're able to utilize throughout the year. So it keeps our grounds people happy because we keep the grass looking green year round.
Yeah.
So when we hit it in the spring, it's ready to go.
Okay. Cool.
But currently, right now, there's not.
Okay.
Are there any new sports that are being introduced? I mean, there was swimming and diving, I think, or is there still that?
We still have swimming and diving. We still have a few divers. Swimming's still going to utilize the regional pool. They've made great efforts to make sure that gets heated so our kids could be able to utilize it through the swim season because realistically that's October to right at the beginning of February, so that's generally not the best time to be swimming outside. But we're far enough south in Texas that generally it doesn't affect us, but even when it does, the cities, again, they've added heaters to make sure that our kids could be able to utilize it, and we're going to continue to do that.
It's cool.
Right.
All right.
Adding sports, I don't see us. And again, that facilities.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Maury? Is there anything else you'd like to touch on?
We've got volleyball going right now. They're about ready to kick into their regular season. This is the last week of tournaments. So we were in Floresville last weekend. We're in Seguin this weekend. Cross country, we're going to host our invitational on Saturday. So we'll have, Coach Vermea said there'll be 90 district vehicles that are coming in for this event. So
Oh, my.
between the varsity cross country meet, the JV cross country meet, and then it's a middle school meet as well. So all those different schools are bringing, multiple vehicles that are coming in. So we're going to have a big crowd on Saturday out for the cross country meet.
Wow.
And then tennis is going as well. We've got fall tennis.
This is the team tennis.
Team
right?
tennis.
Yeah, team, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
They're about to start district next week.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff going on right now. And, well, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
It's always a
happy to be
pleasure
here.
to have you on, and we appreciate it. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to transition into football. Coach Britt's here. We'll talk to him in a minute. You're listening to Sports for Supper, brought to you by Dotson House Moving and Construction, and we will continue in just a moment.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Sammy's Restaurant and Havey's Alsatian Bakery, two legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Havey's Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Havey's Alsatian Bakery, online at haveysbakery.com. Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tondre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
Welcome back here to Sports for Supper, as we just had Coach Bull on talking about everything going on with the athletic program right now at Medina Valley. And
we call him Coach Bull, but he is
he is the athletic director. And we are going to transition to football. And we've Coach Britt here. Coach, thanks for joining us again. It's good to see you for another season.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it. I look forward to it.
And so you got new district, new classification, whole new everything. Tell us a little bit about how you're handling that this year and what you're doing with your program.
From classification or like just
if you've. Because you're in 6A, are you doing anything different?
A couple things. We flipped athletic periods this year with the varsity. Thank God we did, because we wouldn't have been able to. We'd have been practicing 9 o'clock at night last week with as hot as it is. So we're kind of mirroring basically the athletic schedule of, say, some other schools on the west side of San Antonio, even some on the northeast side. So we're going in the mornings. Getting in, so we'll have install meetings or walkthroughs or special teams, and then, get our 2-hour, 24-period practice in. We'll get our conditioning. But the cool thing about it is we're able to get the kids back to watch film and lift, and we don't have to put it all together at one time. So it allows us to get a little bit more of a walkthrough film, like things like that. So from a prepared standpoint, it's going to help us long term. Not that we weren't prepared last year. They assignment-wise, we were pretty good throughout the year. It's just it's been very beneficial to have that extra little bit of time, and you move into 6A, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, we've been preparing for the first 5 opponents since April. We did our spring scouting reports. I guess some people probably think football just, is in the fall, but it really is year round. So, we've been thinking about Leander Glen and Bernie Champion and Bernie High and Burbank and Eagle Pass for, I don't know, the whole time, honestly. So, we went through the spring. We did our skill phase coming out of the off-season phase where we were lifting before and using our skills during the period. But most people don't know coaches. I mean, we were breaking teams down at that time, getting film on guys and kind of coming up preliminary game plans, things that we wanted to work throughout the summer that maybe we were concerned about. And so we did that. We had a great off-season. It was a very physical off-season this year, extremely physical, actually, very discipline-oriented. I felt like if you think back to the Tybee game, our first game last year, and hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, I think we had 9 pre-snap penalties in the first half through a pick. We did discipline drill, we did mat drills, like we did everything that the Judson Rockets or whoever else, around here is going to do, just to kind of focus on, not killing ourselves, if, win, lose, I want to make sure that we're not the ones that cause it, make sure that we're doing our job. So, we've had a great offseason. We're stronger than we have been in a while. That's going to lead into a little different style of football than what we played last year, mainly just because of our strength and personnel and things like that. So,
well, I know you did lose some seniors, but you got a lot back also. Your quarterback's back for this is his 3rd year. He's only a junior, correct?
Who?
Newton?
Newton, he'll be a senior.
He's going to be a senior. Yeah, okay.
X will be a
X will be a junior. But I mean, you've got guys at skill positions that are back Tell us a little bit about what that means to your program.
It means a lot. We're returning the front 7 that started every game almost, minus one kid last year who went on to graduate and was a great player for us. And the secondary, you got Jacob Warren, you got Connor Chris, you got some guy Dylan Allen, you got guys that have played, back there. So I'm excited defensively. Probably strength of the team, as it should be. That's what wins championships. And, so if I look at it, they've returned the most. You look at the offensive side, we're returning, the quarterback, you got both pistols back, got the X receiver back, which are all good. We're returning the guard who moved to center. He played as a sophomore, Bo Weimers. He'll be the center. And, Dawson Smith played the right tackle last year for like 6-7 games. And so we got 2 of those guys back, which is really, really good up front, the thing is, if you look at our slots can be new. Whether Xavier Gonzalez will be starting at one of the slots. So we'll have 2 quarterbacks on the field at all times, which is a really good thing.
Yeah.
Especially as we get down into district and things like that. And then the other slots here, and his name is Brody Rips, and Brody played corner last year for us. But we moved him over to the offensive side. And so basically the 2 slots are new. They both haven't played it, even though X was on the offensive side as a quarterback, last year. And he's still quarterbacking, but, he'll definitely start Friday night at the slot. So.
Okay.
Well,
go ahead, Maury.
We moved. I say we because I'm a Panther from 5A to 4A, 5A to 6A. But your preseason schedule before district may be just as hard as when you get into that.
Oh yeah.
6A because there is no wiggle room with Leander, Bernie, and Bernie.
Well, and even Bernie High School, like they might be a class below you, but they're no slouch. No. They've been good for 3 or 4 or 5 years now.
So, but I like the scheduling.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Every game is gonna,
And how big of a deal is it that you get 4 non-district games before you get into district instead of just 2 like you had before?
3, don't you?
No, there's 4.
4.
Okay.
So let me touch base real quick. We are returning a quarterback that played 11 football games and started some as a sophomore as well. So that's a big deal going forward. And really, I didn't say this, but I got all the confidence in the world in both guys. And Mike's gonna run the show, and I'm excited for him to get on here and talk. And we're just gonna look a little different, because Michael's gonna run the football a little bit this year, and he didn't much last year. And so I'm excited about that. But to lead into, the non-district schedule. So it's kind of like us scrimmaging Wagner the other night, okay? Now, those are friends of mine. And I want to play good teams. You know, the way I look at it is, and this is not, how do I, I'm not trying to talk down, but I want to play good teams. I want to be a good team, you know. And so I feel like the better teams you play, yeah, you may get exposed, but you're going to grow and learn from it, and you're going to be better for it. So playing a tough non-district, good, let's go, let's play. I told the guys the other night, realistically, you know, and it's no slouch on Leander Glenn by any means, but, I mean, we scrimmaged Wagner the other night, and they're pretty fast. I mean, they're a top 5 team probably in the city right now, and they can go, and they're big, and they're strong, and that defense is really good. And so, but in order to see those things, you know, I mean, it will slow down the more you see it. And so I think playing that tough non-district schedule, moving up into 6A, just prepares us for when we get into district. So, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, I want to win football games. I want to win them. I want to win every one of them. But I want to play some good teams and get better and build momentum.
You're going to take more from a close loss or a close win than you are from a 50-0 blowout. You know what I mean?
100%,
like, so you might as well schedule teams that are going to give you a competition.
Exactly.
When district starts, everybody 0-0. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm super excited. I mean, Leander Glenn's going to come here Friday night, and super excited to play them. I've never played Leander Glenn, and so they run, you know, defensively. It's going to be exciting to kind of play somebody from Central Texas, and offensively run a slot T. So, I mean, like realistically, our defense they saw a flex bone last week. Now they see a slot T, and they're going to go see the spread a little bit, you know. So
Did we not play them earlier? I mean,
We
Y'all
played them in the
have.
playoffs,
Yeah.
but
Played 'em
that
in the
was
playoffs prior
about
to me.
that was
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah, it was prior to me.
We went up there to play them there, and it was
So-
like 28-14 was the final.
Right.
They
Yeah.
beat us.
they ran that offense.
Yeah, they ran that same offense. Yeah,
They still run it, and they do a
was
good job
tough.
at it. And so it's a tough offense to stop. I mean, I think our offense is tough to stop. You got to prepare for the triple option. You know, we claimed to be a triple option team last year. We probably weren't. We are now, and so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm excited to play the tough non-district. I'm excited to play Bernie Champion. We're good friends with Ellison and Hendricks and those guys to play some really good football. That's what it's about. You know, I mean, we'll learn more from playing those teams than we are, like you said, playing somebody that we're going to beat up on 50-0. So
is it? And I know this might not mean nothing here or there, but are you guys pretty excited about new turf field? You know, they've made some
let's talk
upgrades to the facilities.
Let's talk about the turf.
Okay.
You know,
You got to get used to it, I'd imagine.
No, you gotta get used to it, man. It's the same thing. So let me, you know, and everybody, I got to make sure I do this the right way. But, you know, like last year, you know, we had real grass, which was nice. I love real grass. Don't get me wrong. I really do. You know,
Is
out
that
there.
what you called it?
Hey, you know, grass. Yeah, it looked good.
Goat track?
Hey, man, I had positive Coach Britt right here, right? Yeah, it looked great, you know.
Okay.
And so it did. I mean, hey, it's a surface to play on. It wasn't dirt and mud. So we practiced on dirt and mud, you know. But when it rains, we didn't have a place to go. So we had to make phone calls. And luckily, you know, my Northside ties or even, you know, Templin at Hondo, we had fields reserved for when it rained. And we had to travel some to practice. So, you know, it rained a lot last night. Sure was nice to get to school at 5 o'clock this morning, knowing I didn't have to go get a bus at 4 and go find and make 15 phone calls, figure out a place to practice. So, yeah, to talk about that turf, you know, don't get me wrong, I like grass, I do. But having the ability to not have to scramble and put kids on a bus to go practice football, and they can show up and that routine is the same, is huge for me and for our team. So yes, the field's beautiful, super. Man, I mean, everything goes through our athletic director, you know, our superintendent, bond pass and money, things like that, our board for putting those things in place.
The community
The community for supporting it. You know, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it really we're super stoked about it. My kids love it. They get out there. We're on the field at 6:30 in the morning playing music, and yeah, they feel pretty good. I drug it today, if you want to call it that. You know, I took the broom to it and circled around for an hour and a half on it to make it look real nice and pretty. Because you still got to do those things, even though it's turf. You know, got to maintain it. But yeah, man, super grateful for the community to get behind. You know, upgrades to a facility that needed it. You know, at that time.
sure.
So.
What else, Maury? You got anything else?
Not really.
Y'all don't want to ask me about Leander Glenn?
Well, you told us a little bit about them a while ago, but I don't want to ask you
Man,
what you're going to do against them.
No,
Hey,
don't ask
we
me what
learned
I'm
our
doing.
lesson with
No,
them because
yes.
during the playoff, they listened to this show,
Yeah.
and the guys were a little bit like, we're going to go up there and beat them, and I think
yeah.
that fueled them.
That's a good football
You know,
team.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
no,
it
it's-
fueled them a lot. And
that
so
is a
I've
very-
kind of learned, like, let's skate around. Like, I don't want to directly be like, what are you going to do against Leander?
No, I would
you
never,
know what I mean?
I would
Like,
actually never tell you. I'm gonna be in a
Yeah.
spread. We're gonna be in a gun, and we'll RPO 3x1. Yeah, if you wanted to ask me that.
What
but
he said is we kind of went in there
a little over.
thinking we were
no,
all
man,
of
it's
this
Central
in a
Texas
bag
has
of
good
chips,
football teams,
and
man.
all we heard at halftime when we were behind from their side was, well, they listened to y'all, and
Yeah.
y'all said it's just going to be a cakewalk. We're going to just walk through them. And
The
it's like,
players were
know,
saying that to us.
you know,
it's like, oh, my.
The
Yeah.
crazy thing is about this game, and nothing is given, and nothing is a cakewalk. You still are getting hit in the face every play.
Yep.
So, like, it don't matter who you suit up against. I mean, Leander Glenn, they got a bunch of good coaches up there. They've been doing the same thing all we've been doing, working all year to get ready for a 10-game season. So, no slouch on them. Coach Krause has
No.
done a good job with that group. Their offense is very intricate. It's very difficult to stop defensively. They showed a bunch of different looks. They've played odd. They
That's what I
played
was
an
gonna
even.
ask. You talked about
Yeah.
their offense, but what
Yeah.
do their defense show? What do they line up? Well, it's according to what you do, but what is their main strengths?
They
defense?
base out of the 4-2-5. From what I can tell in the doubles or balance set, they've shown an odd depending on probably down distance or tendencies based off of teams. They've shown an even too. It could be a 4-2-1 high, could be a 4-3-2 high, and then obviously doing things with their outside backers and stuff. But nothing to take away from them. It's a good football team, and they play.
Size-wise, speed-wise, on defense?
Defensively, they're pretty big up front. The Deloach kid is back. Lucero is back. That's two guys up front that they've had last year. They got the linebacker back, Vinzik, I think number 6, and then they got new kids starting on the outside, number 3. Plays very, very physical. Does play after the whistle a little bit. Very, very physical. On the back end, they have the Mikron or something like that, 21. He's got a couple of years underneath his belt. It's very, very good. I think they're very high on their safeties. I think their safeties are good football players. I believe they lost a corner. They're working out there with some new guys, maybe one new one. They play Central Texas football, and that ain't no slouch of football up there. So they do a good job, and I'm excited to play them for the next 2 years. Get them here this year, and then we get to go up there next year. And so, I think, and really, you got to play a tough style of football against that. I like to think that we're tough, and I honestly, I want to see how we boat up to it. If we can handle the ground and pound, can we stay disciplined with our eyes? All those things really, really matter to me. Because there's a lot of intricate motion. There's a lot of things that lull you to sleep and then take the home run shot. And can we stay disciplined and watch our keys? It means a lot to me, at least from a assignment football. And then, we pride ourselves on being disciplined. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like from what we saw from them a few years ago, and they run the same thing. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty physical football game. One of those.
We are expecting it to be an extremely physical football game, which is awesome. There ain't nothing better. Don't get me wrong. I grew up in the spread a lot.
Wagner last week was very physical.
Yes,
Really?
they were.
Very
yes,
physical.
they were. That is
scrimmage.
That is a very, very good football team over there, and they do a very, very good job running their offense and defensively. This is funny. I'll say this. Coach Goad stopped by yesterday. He used to be at Southwest back in 97, 98, 99, I believe. He's the head coach at Southwest, and last stop was at Buda Hayes. He's a slot T guy, and he stopped by. He's working for BSN and some other things. He stops by yesterday, and we're just sitting there talking and say, well, we scrimmage Wagner, and I said I'm good friends with that group over there. It's good football. They're very, very smart football coaches. They got great kids. Kids play real hard for them, things like that. And he said, what's funny is they played in the state semis 3 years ago, and he said, honestly, we played them every year, and I think their defense right now is better than that team that played in the state semis a few years ago.
I could see that.
And I said, Coach Goad, I 100% believe you on that. That outside backer who's 6'2",
number 2?
22.
22. Yeah.
That kid, that dude runs a 47-400. He's 6'2", 220. And not to take anything away from the others. Zero was flying around. Holes would open and they would close real fast. So, but
I'm
yeah.
telling you, that young man is the real deal.
Yeah, he could play.
He was everywhere.
Yeah, he was. But it was. I'll give it to my kids too, because I mean, defensively, I thought we played pretty well. We played pretty physical. Offensively, we hurt ourselves. We had some snap issues, some penalties. Little things like that I felt like cost us. And when you play good football, like you got to play clean football, and especially when you play good teams. So, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we play us a clean game. I don't want to see pre-snap penalties. I want to see us protect the football. We do those two things, and we'll see how it irons out.
We're looking forward to the game Friday night. Looking forward to starting another season, and looking forward to everything coming up.
Yes, sir.
Getting with the season.
Yes,
Mar,
sir.
you got anything else?
Nope.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate
Tell
y'all,
us who
man.
you brought with us here, and then we'll get them on here in a minute.
Behind me right here. Offensively, we got the quarterback, Michael Newton, number 13, number 1 in everybody's hearts, right? And then we got old Brody Rips behind us playing the slot. On the offensive side, James V is back, number 11, the Mike linebacker. We got Riley Blythe, who will play in the interior D-line. He played last year some, and then we got Aiden Skolark. I believe he's sitting over there, 26, the big guy off the edge. So, we got 5 guys here that will sit here and talk to you about some Panther football and everything we've been doing.
All right, well, we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll get those guys up here. You're listening to Sports for Supper, brought to you by Dotson House Moving and Construction, and we'll continue in a moment.
Todd Ray Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Todd Ray Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Todd Ray Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tondre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Todd Ray Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices. Sammy's Restaurant and Havy's Alsatian Bakery, 2 legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Havy's Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Havy's Alsatian Bakery, online at havysbakery.com.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
All right, welcome back to Sports for Supper, and now we got 5 players here from the football team, and we're going to start to my left, and if you'll tell us your name, position, number, all that good stuff, year in school.
Okay, I got you. I'm James Valho. I'm number 11. I play middle linebacker, and I'm a senior this year.
And you're a repeat offender. You've been here before. I remember you from last year.
Part of the James gang from last year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes,
There
sir.
was 3 Jameses.
So now that you're in your second year of the system that Coach Britt's brought in, tell us a little bit about how comfortable you kind of are in that system now going into a new season.
Well, to be honest, it's all started. You got to trust the process. So I feel like we really bought in as a team and as individual people. So I trust this guy a lot. So really, it's just buying in.
But what, as far as your assignments for Friday, what is the keys to you being as consistent as you were last year on the defensive end? Who are you keying on, or what are your main goals coming into the game Friday night?
Like people to watch out for.
Yes.
Yep.
It's mostly like the running, the running back room, because it would get complicated sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But just watching film and stuff, it's like so many like movements, like you could get confused a lot.
A lot of ball fakes and things like that,
Yes, sir,
misdirections
yes, sir.
and stuff like that.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a different type of offense.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a new offense. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it tougher to control an offense like this as it is one that's in a spread where they line everybody up?
Yeah, you got
Your
to.
keys are a lot different, correct?
Yeah, so you just got to be very disciplined with an offense like that. Offense like a slot team.
And you're in the same position that you were last year, correct?
Yes, sir.
Who, as being a senior, do you feel like you're one of the leaders this year? And how is the defense? Is the defense going to funnel around you and Mr. Number 26 down here on the other end, or?
I mean, I would say like Aiden's definitely he's definitely a key factor to our D line, and well, I mean, I'm the middle linebacker, so I got to be vocal with the team. So I feel like I would say I'm a leader because I got to speak to everybody. I got to call stuff out. So yeah.
So you're going to be the one that gets the calls and makes the calls from the sideline?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there going to be a trash can this year?
Yeah,
yes, sir,
it's
there will be.
orange this year.
Oh, really?
Yes, I noticed that right away after the turnover. I said it is orange this year. It's like Devon, get
So,
the trash can.
so who came up with the design for the trash can?
Who came up with it? Oh, it was Coach Soto. It was Coach.
Okay. So it's just an orange can, or
Yeah,
is
but
it
it-
like painted, or
no, it's got some logo on it, but it's
I want to see. I'm ready to see it.
no, because it's a lot better than the generic one last year. Was just a great trash can they could pull out of the bathroom and take it down. I mean, this is actually the turnover can.
You need to put like a basketball hoop on top of it. And you can dunk it through.
Who is in charge of grabbing it on the sidelines?
Yeah, it's Coach Soto. Coach Soto or Coach Salinas.
Okay.
They have to grab it.
No, that is my favorite. That is my favorite part. So,
Is that some extra motivation on the defensive end to get some turnovers? Like y'all all thinking, like, what are we gonna do when we dunk it?
Yeah, as soon as we get a turnover, everybody thinks about what dunk we're finna do. So it's really nice to have that on the sideline.
it's motivation.
That's really cool.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure. That's really cool.
It's not like you're intimidating the other team. It's like, hey, we got a turnover, and this is what we do. And
You should be intimidating the other team.
Well,
Good.
the only thing that I would like to see different is when y'all come off the field, whoever is dunking it is to grab the thing off the mascot and put the Panther mascot head on
Sound like
there
the
too.
Panther head?
Yeah, and just slam it down.
Oh, there's some little kids that couldn't comprehend that.
Or just have the art class make a little Panther head that when you come off the field, you put that thing on before you dunk it.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
jeez.
something that could
Okay.
be possible.
Let's move from the can. We'll talk about it a little more later. But
Prediction.
yeah, prediction. You got to make your predictions for the week. What are you going to do during the game?
My
Yeah.
My predictions.
you know how that goes. You're going to have a pick six. You're going to have some forced fumbles, a couple of sacks. I mean, just nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, my prediction is over 11 tackles and a interception at least. That's my prediction for myself.
That gets him a dunk.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right. You play any other sports?
I'll run track.
You're going to run track?
Yes, sir. I'm going to run track.
Cool.
What event?
Whatever they put me in,
Whatever
I'm going to run it.
they put you in?
Yes, sir.
He's going to go run, and whatever they put you in, you're going to do?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
let me put you at this. If you run the relay, are you going to not drop the baton like the U.S. team did?
I wouldn't drop it. I promise.
Okay.
I wouldn't drop it.
Okay.
All right, James. Well, thank you for being on here. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
And we'll move on to next young man here. You'll tell us your name, number, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. My name is Michael Newton, and I'm number 13, and I play quarterback, and I'm a senior.
And, yeah, you've been here before also.
Yes, sir.
So you got senior year coming into that. You've been playing quarterback for a while now and been starting. Tell us a little bit how special it is your senior year now. You're leading this team. You know, what does it mean to you?
You know, it means a lot. I mean, I've been dreaming of this moment since I was a little kid, and I'm finally a senior, and it's here. It's my last year here, so I'm just trying to, like, make an imprint on the younger guys here so they can do something special.
What? Tell us what you think you've had to work on your game the most from last year to this year. Like, what's some things that you feel like your biggest improvement is coming into this year?
Well, we were in the pistol last year, our close pistol, so we're under center this year.
Okay.
So definitely working on the snaps with my center, and footwork is a big one too. Just getting my footwork right, and yeah. That's about it.
So it's a little bit different kind of offense this year
Yes,
than
sir.
what you had last
It's
year.
the same thing, just under center and a little bit more X's and O's.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your receivers. Who are you going to have out
Mm-hmm.
there this year?
Well, returning we have Cade. Yeah, we had last year. We
Yeah.
got some new guys too. We got the guy to my left here, Brody, and Xavier, the other one. I trust them a lot. You know, a few of them they can go up and get the ball, and you know I trust them 100%. So.
And who's behind you in the formation this year?
Yeah. Okay. So we have a two-back system.
Okay.
Rincon and Zendejas. They were both up last year after Anthony got hurt.
Yeah.
And they're good. They're downhill runners, and they'll run somebody over. And it's really nice to have them. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. And then your offensive line. Tell us a little bit about them. I know Coach Britt said you got some guys coming back, and they're your biggest protection.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. We have one center on the O-line. So I meant senior. I'm sorry.
One center.
I meant senior.
I wasn't going to say that.
I meant
this young man here got a good laugh on that. So, you know.
I meant senior. I'm sorry.
I was thinking.
We have one senior.
thinking, man, did Canadian football put two centers
Yeah, new
out there?
formation, two centers. Right
Nice.
now, but we have one senior, and the rest of them are juniors. So
Okay.
there are a lot of younger guys they've been there last year. 2 or 3 of them that are returners, and you know me and my center, you know I've trusted him, he has trusted me, and my guards are good, tackles are amazing. And
So Leander Glenn's defense. What are you looking at on that side of the ball?
I don't know.
You can kind of give a couple of keys.
Yes,
Coach.
sir.
Yeah,
All right.
don't tell us plays or
Yes, sir,
anything,
yes,
but you
sir.
know.
Well, you know they're going to change up their front sometimes. Just get eyes on the safety every single play. You know, looking at where the D line is aligned, if they're 1 or 3 or 5 or 4-eye, and getting eyes on the outside linebacker and just making our reads. That's about it, sir.
It's your third year behind the helm of
Yes,
the
sir.
offense. You said this is the year that you've been looking for. When do you think it's actually going to set in to think, wow, this is my farewell call. This is my
But it's your time, you know.
Yes, sir.
this
It's
is
your
my
time to
year
shine here.
To shine. When has it set in yet, or you think it'll
I have some
be a
like
game or so before
sir.
you actually think you sit back and you're sleeping one night or can't sleep one night because of the game? It's like, man, this is it. This is my
yes, sir.
signal call. This is my farewell call.
You know, it's hit me a couple times, like whether I'm in practice or I'm at home, just thinking about it. But I mean, I think after we get that that first win, you know, on Friday, or like on just any time. I mean, it's gonna be a great time just because I'm with my boys, and there's like no place I'd rather be.
How much support is your older brother giving you, because he's
Yes, sir.
he's been through it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a major part of the offense, running
Yes,
the
sir.
slot that was the lead blocker for I don't know how many touchdowns. How big of a supporter is he of you?
He always reminds me to just savor the time and really enjoy it and spend your time with your friends and stuff. And he tells me it flies by fast. And, you know, it's not just my brother, my whole family, and everyone around me supporting me is really encouraging.
And you're a baseball player also.
Yes, sir.
You can play again this year, I
Yes, sir.
imagine. Yeah, we look forward to that again.
so.
'cause- Yeah,
Yes,
hope
sir.
so. Yeah. So you pitched some there. Do you like pitching more than playing in the field, or what do you kind of like doing there more?
Yeah, I love pitching. I've loved pitching since I was little. And hopefully this year I can be the guy, you know, take over from Jaden and Mags, the guys that left. But I'm looking forward to
Some
it for
big
sure.
shoes to fill.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Well, good
But
luck.
You can do it.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
good luck this
Bigger
season.
shoes.
We look forward to seeing you again down the road here, and we'll move on to the next young man here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And just same thing, name, position, all that good stuff.
All right, I'm Brody Rips. I'm a slot receiver, and I'm number 5, and I'm a senior this year.
And yeah, we saw you on the field last year a few times. I remember Maury calling your name a few times.
Sure.
So, and correct me, I might be wrong here. Did you play defense last year?
I did. I was a
yeah, 'cause
cornerback.
you had some interceptions and things.
Yes, sir.
I
It was
remember.
Tybee last year.
Okay, so how big of a transition has that been, kind of moving over to the offensive side of the ball?
I love playing corner, but over the offseason when we needed some more like seniors, older guys to the offense, before school, Coach Medley went over the basics with me, and we kind of just progressed from there into our plays and, you know, what he wants me to do. And we just did a lot of practice with Michael X and our center before school, because it worked out because I had baseball after school. So Coach Medley and Coach Britt did a really good job breaking it down for me and making the transition easier than, you know, it could have been. So
Do you like that side of the ball better?
I do. I don't. Yeah, I really like it this year, honestly. I like it a lot more than I originally thought, because I thought the transition would be really hard. But thanks to Coach Medley and Coach Britt, they did a really good job. But I was just willing to do what was best for the team, honestly. If they thought moving me over was the best choice, I trusted them. And, yeah, I'm really liking it right now, actually, a lot.
What's been the biggest thing you've had to learn in transition? Is it blocking? Is it running routes? What?
Yeah, last year I did a lot of like getting off the blocks at corner, so it is a little different because I was trying to get more extension last year, and blocking, you want to get up, you want to cut that space down and hold your blocks. But the toughest thing is just, I would say the toughest thing is probably blocking. Yeah, but just knowing how far, you know, the depths and the routes and stuff, how far he wants me to get. But yeah.
How is your health? Because you suffered a pretty devastating injury a couple years ago, didn't you? Or was that your brother?
Last year I hurt my hip and I was out for week 2 and week 3. But yeah, it was kind of weird. It was something with, I don't know, I did a lot of physical therapy to get back into that week 4 game before district started, but I've had no problems with it since, and I've been feeling good. So.
Awesome.
Yep.
What was the challenge coming back from something like that? I mean,
I think it
when
was.
did you realize that, hey, I'm ready to go, or how long did you think it would take you to get back to playing?
Yeah,
at your
no,
game?
yeah, it was a very like different injury. It wasn't like broken. It was weird. So I wasn't really sure, and the doctors I talked to weren't really sure when I'd get back. But I just wanted to get back, you know, to help the team. But I just trusted the process, and you know, just little by little, kind of started getting back into it. And then once I felt 100%, just getting back to district was the biggest thing to help the team. So.
Are you sad that you're not going to get to dunk the ball this year?
You stole my question.
Because
you got moved. You got to dunk it
yes,
last year.
dunking was fun, but we got a belt this year for the offense for touchdowns. So I'm
nice.
extremely excited.
So you got something on the offensive side too.
No, it's super cool. It's a big old white belt, MV. It's super cool. I can't wait.
Does it got like a John Cena thing where you can spin it?
No, it ain't that crazy, but no, this thing's pretty cool though. I can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. We can't wait to see that. And you're a baseball player also?
Yes, sir.
And what position do you play there?
This year I played center field and second base typically. But there's a lot of seniors on the team stuff, so my job this year was more to be a courtesy runner and go in there and steal bases for us. So this year I'll probably end up in center or second, one of the two, whatever's needed for the team.
Your brother graduated, right?
Yes,
Gavin?
sir, he did.
He graduated.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, good luck in the season. You had something you wanted to ask Michael.
Michael one other question. Are you disappointed that you're on the offensive side?
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
I love offense.
All right.
Hey, when we
'Cause you've
score,
lived on
I'll
that
hold that belt up for
There
you.
you
So y'all can see it.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome. All right. Next young man, if you'll tell us your name, number, all that.
Hi, my name's Riley Blythe. I play defensive tackle, and I'm number 34.
Have you been on the show before? Have you been?
I-
No, you haven't.
My brother was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But you played a lot last year. Like, we called your name a few times. I remember Maury calling your name on
I
defense.
think it was
a lot.
after the 5th game. I had to get cleared from Brennan when I was transferring over. And
Okay.
It took a while, but, I mean, after Southside, I started rolling in.
So tell us a little bit about Leander's offense. Their line. Are they big? They fast? What are you seeing?
They got some kind of big fat dudes, and we're gonna take advantage of that. They're kind of they're I don't want to say slow, but they're definitely not as fast as our D line because we got some dogs. We got Braylon Salmons, we got Xavier Fears. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna say Aiden. So we got some dogs, and we're gonna take advantage of what we got.
From what Coach Britt said, it should be a pretty physical game. Like, those guys play pretty physical, especially with the type of offense that they run.
Yeah.
What kind of challenges does that present to y'all?
I mean, they're big. I mean, they might be strong, but I mean, me and Fears, we're gonna handle that up front. And we just brought a little guy up from JV. His name's Isaiah Martinez, and he's a dog too. He's gonna be playing in there as a 3, and we're gonna work him pretty good. All right, and I know. I know we're gonna do our job, and I know we're gonna make Coach Parker proud for D-line, and I know Coach Smith is gonna be happy too because I'm gonna do my job, and I'm not gonna get a low grade for this game. So I'm gonna make sure I do good.
I think Coach Britt is kind of wanting you to drop the mic here a second by
Do we need to move on?
by
He did not play a snap in JV. He did not play JV one time.
But hey, it might have been in week 6 before he was in rare form for Brennan, but he's in rare form in 0 week right now for the Panthers. I can tell you that. Hey, this is what kind of enthusiasm it's like, guys. This is what makes a team a team. Your goals, what are you predicting for yourself?
Oh, yeah, we didn't ask y'all that stuff. We got to come back to y'all in a minute, but go ahead. We'll do that last.
I'd say stats-wise, I want at least 5 tackles for loss. A sack would be great if they pass, but honestly, they're probably not. They're a pretty run-heavy team. Maybe on a boot or something I can catch them lacking. But 5 TFLs would be great. A sack would be pretty cool, and honestly,
a dunk?
Oh yeah, maybe a forced fumble too. I'll get in there, but because we're gonna clog a lot of gaps up. So I might just go for a fumble, but
yeah, you got to beat up on those fat dudes on the other side.
100%.
Fat slow dudes.
I mean, there's one right next to me right now. So.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
tell us who you're talking about. You can't just say that. You got to tell us who you're talking about.
Switch it over.
He sat down there waiting for his turn. I don't know what he's going to say when he gets the mic,
Wait a minute, though. But he's on the defensive side of the ball, too, so he's not going to be blocking Sculler. And I can tell you what, you don't want no part of that dude either on the other side.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Do you do other sports other than football?
I'm gonna do powerlifting, but I don't know if that's considered a sport. But I mean,
yeah, it is.
I've always been a football guy. I always put 100% into that. I mean, I like lifting weights. I'm kind of a meathead, but I mean, I just like getting after it in general and everything I do.
What do you bench?
Right now, 325.
Squat?
I don't really talk about that, but
That's where you're supposed to get your power from your legs and drive them. Get them sacks. Get them tackles for losses.
I mean,
Against them fat guys.
nah, I mean, the bench is everything, you know what I mean? I mean,
Bench is everything.
you can push or pull a door, but you can't leg a door, you know what I mean?
You can kick it in.
Oh my God! Oh, I knew it.
Oh, we gotta move on.
I think we
gotta move on.
to number 26 down here in the end.
Yeah. No, we're not cutting off now. Go ahead. Tell us your name, number, position.
Hi, I'm Aiden Scholar. I'm number 26. I'm a defensive end, and I'm a senior this year.
Do you have anything to say to that?
I mean, honestly, he's always joking like that, so it's like it's pretty normal, to be honest. You know, I get rides from him all the time. He's like always texts me, "Come on, bro, where you at, man? Like, get in." He's always being goofy, so that's just how he is. It's just funny. It's just how he is, you know.
So you're a defensive end, correct?
Yes, sir.
Leander Glenn, with the type of offense they run, what kind of problems does that cause for you?
Well, I've never really seen I've never really seen an offense like this, and I'm like used to always like rushing upfield, you know, getting a sack or something, you know, playing pass rush. That's like what I'm built. Like that's how I play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like now that we're crushing in more instead of hitting the gap and playing the heel line, it's a lot different for me. So I'm trying to get used to crushing down. You know, make sure that I'm clogging all the gaps, sitting on the C gap. You know, waiting for the counter back. You know, stuff like that. So I feel like getting hands on, playing a lot more physical. I'm gonna have to do that for Leander, and that's what I had to do for Wagner too, because they played almost kind of the same. They have really tight splits, so I'm gonna have to play very aggressive and hands on.
How much more responsibility is it of you now that Lomo's gone? Is that something that you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna be
Yes, sir.
take over what slack that
Yes, sir. I feel like Lodi, he taught me a lot of things. I feel like he taught me the Euro step really good. He's really good at that, and he was just, I feel like a mentor almost, like to me. He like helped me on my stance and stuff like that, things of this nature. He helped me throughout like playing football and stuff. So I feel like with him being gone, it's like, you know, I really got to fill those shoes up, you know, make sure that the whole D line is good.
So do you feel like you're up for the challenge to
Yes, sir.
take
Definitely.
over and where James is the second tier, you're the first tier?
Yes, sir. I mean, definitely. Always at practice, I'm always asking him, like, hey, did you get any guys back there? He's like, no, we're good over on your side. Like, I feel like getting hands-on, you know, making sure that linebackers are open and they're free, always getting, you know, making sure that everything's for the linebackers, making sure they could spill, they could scrape over, you know what I'm saying, things of this nature. So I think we have a really good forefront in the front, you know, base-wise. You know, we got freaking Xavier, we got this guy over here, freaking Riley, and then we got Gibby. So I feel like those guys there, I'll trust them with my life. You know what I'm saying?
So who is the other defensive end on the other side?
Gibson.
Gibson, okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Do you do other sports?
Yes, sir. Last year I got hurt, so I wanted to do powerlifting for the first time last year and track, which I did my sophomore year. But this year I'm going to do both of those. So I'm going to do powerlifting and track. And for track, I throw discus.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did you throw it last year? Or
No, sir. I was hurt.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I had a surgery on my left shoulder.
Everything
Okay.
cool?
Yes, sir. Everything's good now. I have full range of motion. I'm back, ready to go. I did put on a lot of weight. I put on a lot of weight, so I went from 206 to like 240 now. So I'm a lot bigger than I was before. So.
But that's what a defensive end
Yes,
is
sure.
supposed to be like.
Yes,
so
sir.
they don't throw you around. With your,
Hey, as long as you put the right kind of weight on, that's all that matters.
Are you going to be more in a three technique, or are you going to stand up at the defensive end? What is?
I wish they would let me stand up. I've been asking Coach Soto for that for the longest, but no, I'm playing a three technique, like standing. I'm in a 4 sometimes, but I'm mostly in a 3, which I'm very comfortable with. I feel like I'm still good at what I do, regardless of what stance I'm in. So it doesn't really matter of what I play. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good. All right,
What-
we didn't do predictions for these
For
4
him.
guys.
Right now.
Yeah.
My predictions, I at least I want like 4 TFLs. I'm not trying to. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna undershoot just in case I do go over that. But I want like at least 4 TFLs, and hopefully I do get like a forced fumble or something.
Yeah, and he did say 5. You said 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter was the same way. He never last year. You would never said what he wanted to say. He just said, I just let it show on the field. I ain't
Yep.
say nothing. I ain't do nothing.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
great.
I actually, Carter's dad actually taught me how to play football.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, sir. I met
cool.
Carter. When I was 3 years old, me and Carter met and we played, and his dad coached me. I've been playing football for so long, and Carter's dad actually taught me how to play DN. So that's where I've been. I've always played the same position
Awesome.
the entire
That's
time.
where the mentality comes
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Awesome.
So Brody and Michael, y'all got to give us your predictions for
No, just
for
go
y'all's
skip
game.
This,
No, he already gave us his.
I know.
Yeah, he grabbed the mic though. No.
He wanted to, give some other game stats away,
My prediction. Obviously, we want to move the chains, but my prediction is just to, maybe rush for over 50 yards and, passing yards over 30, 35. But our goal is just to score touchdowns and move the chains. So, whatever I can do to help.
And wear that belt.
Wear the belt. Yes, absolutely, that's a bonus.
All right, Michael, what you got?
Well, obviously you want that dub. Offensively as a whole, try to get 400 yards total. If we get 400, we'll probably win the game. Personally, I'd try to get 100 yards passing, 100 yards rushing, and
Good goals.
That would be a
Yep.
good game.
Yep, for sure.
and score as many touchdowns as we can.
Do you want this back?
I mean,
No, guys, thank y'all for being here. He gave us his. Yeah, we appreciate y'all being here. Good luck this season. We look forward to watching y'all play and
I will
seeing
say
y'all
one
back
thing.
here later on this year, maybe.
This is the most colorfulest group we've ever had as far as the answers. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
We may not be able to have another show after
You
this.
don't leg a door. That's awesome. I love that. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back to wrap things up. You're listening to Sports for Supper, and we'll continue in a moment.
Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tandre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices. Sammy's Restaurant and Havy's Alsatian Bakery, two legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Havy's Alsatian Bakery a must to visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Havy's Alsatian Bakery, online at havysbakery.com.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome back to Sports for Supper, as we had the athletic director, Coach Bull, on. We had Coach Brett on here talking about football, and then we had some great interviews from the players. But another season, Maury, new year for the football season.
Stoked.
Yep, and you're starting off against a team that I think we've only ever played in the playoffs, maybe only played one time in the whole history of the whole thing. But you get to see Leander Glenn come down here to Panther Stadium, turf field for the first time. Lot of new things coming on Friday night for the Panthers, and
should be a lot of excitement for the
Yep.
community. New field.
Yeah, a lot of
new
people are going to
district,
come out just for the new field.
Just to see what what has transpired from last year.
Yeah, and I will say it's parents' night for the cheer and dance team. So just
Yep.
so you know that, I'll be there walking the field first thing before the game.
There you go.
who are you? That's Dwayne Garza, everybody.
Youth football night also. That's
Okay.
right.
Football night also, yes.
And hello, everybody.
Who are you? That's Jeff. I'm
I'm just Jeff.
I'm just Jeff. But Leander Glenn coming to town. It sounds like it's going to be a very physical, football game. Also, as Coach Bull pointed out, you got a huge cross-country meet this weekend at Medina Valley on Saturday. He said 90 district vehicles.
Different district vehicles there.
Coming, yeah. I mean, and it's like he said, it's middle school, JV, and varsity, but that is a huge, huge meet. It's a lot of people.
Meet, and I tell you what, it would be really nasty if it would rain that morning.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a chance.
Yeah.
So
That would be okay.
Well, no, let's hope it holds off until then.
Yeah, until after the meet's over.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know volleyball was finishing up a match tonight. That's why they weren't on here this evening.
Supposed to have volleyball on tonight, and we apologize that for them. They'll be here on the next show. And guys, I don't know if y'all have talked about the next show. The next show we will not have till maybe October 2nd, and that'll be around the first part of district for football.
Yep.
Okay.
The schedule kind of didn't allow for much this year. We've got Thursday games, we've got a few Saturday games, and so we just made the decision to just do 2 or 3 shows, and so we'll try to get the second one in about October 2nd.
Sounds good.
Yep, sounds good. And what do you got to say about the game coming up Friday
I
night?
was asking you to make my prediction.
Make your prediction, Mark.
Yeah, I think we're going to win 21-7. I think our defense looked really good against Wagner, who had a lot of speed. They did score 1 touchdown against our number 1 defense, but it was on a broken play where, like Coach Britt said, if you and Skullark and James, if you play your position, if you execute and do your responsibilities, take care of that stuff.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to it. I've been looking forward for football for a while now. The only thing I am looking more forward to is some cooler weather at some point.
It's happening. It's happening. Last couple of days,
Yeah,
we had cooler weather.
It
wasn't
still
106.
No, exactly.
Bring a light jacket. It's going to be 95.
Warm front.
You've been waiting for football to start, but you may be very, very disappointed after Saturday.
No, I won't be. I'm not going to be. No, when Notre Dame spanks A&M's behind.
Takes care of Notre Dame.
A&M still plays football?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. What's the line on that one, Maury?
It's -3. A&M's a 3-point favorite.
At home?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. New coach, new system.
Elko, they trust.
One of the key things I think to college football this season happened last Saturday.
When Georgia Tech beat Florida State?
Yes, sir. And Georgia Tech is going to be somebody to reckon with this year.
Yeah.
So go back, about 6?
Yeah, that's what I was getting. Yep.
Did the committee get it wrong?
No, they got it right.
One player can make a team look really bad.
They got it right. They got it right, and that's why I posted on Facebook, Ball Don't Lie. That's what happens. I mean, Florida State, they were good, but they lost that play. They lost the quarterback, and it was Bafueta for them. But
anyways,
the ACC, that's going to be
about Medina Valley. I made mine.
I think it's going to be a close physical game. I think Medina Valley comes out on top, but I think it's going to be close. Yeah.
I'm going to say
come down to the last possession of the game or the last couple of possessions.
I'm not giving a score, but I'm going to say the team with the fewest turnovers.
Yeah.
Dwayne?
Well, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be low scoring. It's the first game. Both teams are going to come out with jitters. For Medina Valley, a new district, a new field. A lot of new things happening, so it's going to be a close game. It's going to be tight. There's going to be some mistakes, as there always are in the first game. 14-13 Medina Valley.
Yeah, and it might come down to who makes the fewest pre-snap penalties.
Right.
And who shoots himself in the foot
I
less.
think 21-7 isn't a blowout.
No,
I mean,
not
we're
at
just
all.
going to get a late touchdown to cover the back door.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Should be a fun season of football.
I'm ready.
Another year, a lot more traveling this year, but we'll still be there for the games, and we're looking forward to it. Guys, y'all got anything?
No, just we'll be
Wayne,
covering
Jeff?
every football game for you guys, and we'll have video for every game. As far as I know, we'll be doing video, and at some point we'll start doing some volleyball games. We won't do many, but we'll definitely do some. The travel time is going to really hurt us, as Jeff was showing me earlier. All Tuesday games are away games, and all Friday games are home games on the volleyball side. But I expect some really good things happening on the volleyball side this year. Yeah. Even though it is 6A, I think they're going to be competitive.
Always are.
Yep. Well, guys, if you don't have anything else, tune in on Friday night. It's a 7 o'clock game time. We'll be on right around 6:40, 6:45, right in that area. First kickoff's at 7, and we're looking forward to the season. I hope all of y'all are also. You should be, and come out and support the Panthers. And
6
watch
o'clock if you want to
Leander
see
Glenn.
The cheer and the dance team parents' night.
And so I'd like to thank Sammy's Restaurant for letting us host the show here. As always, big thanks to them. Thanks to Dotson House Moving and Construction, the title sponsor for Sports for Supper, bringing it with us. And, thanks, Sammy's, for letting us be here and host these shows like they have for years now since we started this. We've always had them here, and they've always been good to us. And
a big thanks to Maury and Jared for doing this all the time. They do it every year, game in, game out, and the last I don't know how many years they've been doing it. And not to mention, not just the show, but football games. I mean, we're talking, I think, Maury, this is your 26th or 27th year.
I started in '93.
So I can't even do the math. That's so long ago.
Yeah, this is my 20th, I think. I
31.
started when I was 20. I started when I was 21, 20. I started when I was 20.
I mean, you can
I'll
tell
be
you
39
guys
this year.
You can tell you guys love to do it, and we appreciate you guys doing it for this community.
It's all about the kids and the coaches.
Yep. And so tune in on Friday night to Leander Glenn and Medina Valley. It should be a good game, a good physical game, and we'll be on for the first kickoff at 7 o'clock. So for Maury and Jeff and Dwayne, I'm Jared Lucky saying good night, God bless, and we will see